Hello, my name is Mary Angela Mancuso, and I am the owner at chroniclymerecovery.com, where I help you get your active life back from Lyme disease. And I'm the founder at Chronic Lyme Disease Recovery Facebook group. I'm glad you're here today. As you can see, we're going to be doing a chair class today. And it's going to be a gentle flow. So on a day that you feel a little more willing to do movement in your Lyme disease recovery, doing some chair movements is really a nice way to incorporate some extras into your movement recovery exercise. And I like to call it movement recovery exercise because recovery happens better when you move. It doesn't mean you have to hurt yourself, but some kind of movement. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, movement, I keep it very low because you don't need a lot of movement to create recovery movement. Your brain just wants to know, hey, I'm moving, I'm alive, I'm surviving, I can get better. That's what your brain wants to know. So, when you're ready for a little more, a chair becomes a nice place to achieve that. Now, before we go on, remember to hit like and subscribe and that little bell so that the little bell is the notifications. You get all of my upcoming videos. And like becomes very important because you get to share this with others and they get to find out how yoga can help their Lyme disease recovery also. So let's move into our class today, a flow session. Always taking any movement at your own pace. Stop when you need to. You can always pause it, come back to it, do a little bit, do a little more on another day, and very much pattern it to your needs. That's one thing that's really nice about doing the yogas this way, that you're in command of what you are doing. So let's get started. Now you can see that I have blocks under my feet because I'm a smaller person. And I like my knees to be equal with my hips. One of the things we don't think about when we are in a chair is how we're actually sitting, because if I would take the blocks out and my feet come down, I'm going to kind of slump to reach. And now I have a lot of pressure into my low back. And if my back is hurting me from Lyme, that's very uncomfortable. And then if you are very tall, and the chair's not the right height, and your knees are up higher because you're taller, you're putting a ton of pressure down into the sit bones in here, and it gets very uncomfortable. What does that mean for Lyme recovery is that we begin to do this, okay? And then you begin to get tight here, and it's just not a good experience. So make sure your dynamics in your chair are comfortable for you, preferably no arms. Okay, so now we got all the business out of the way. Let's really get into our session now. Go ahead and close your eyes and let your hands and arms be in a relaxed position. Relax your elbows. Relax your palms. Breathe deeply and softly. And just for this moment now, allow your day to fade and allow illness to be in the background. So that means focusing on the feeling of your breath and the movement of it. So as you inhale today, say in your mind's voice. On your exhale in that mind voice, say out. So the inhale in the mind is in. The exhale in the mind is out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. One more. In, out. Sit quietly. Eyes still closed. Do a scan from the top of your head all the way down to your feet, noticing your body without judgment. Noticing your body without naming anything about your noticing. Almost as if you were standing beside yourself and watching yourself. Just seeing and experiencing you. Relax your breath. Let your ribs move. Welcome the breath. Remembering the breath is the pathway to the mind. And once you are in command of that pathway, your mind can command your healing to a higher level. One more breath, and then go ahead and open your eyes. Let's begin by just reaching our arms out, spreading the palm. On an exhale, take a tilt to one side and inhale up. On an exhale, tilt the other way and come up. And exhale to the side and inhale up and exhale and come up. On your next exhale, swing the hands in front of you, touching your hands if you can, reaching in any manner. And then exhale down at an angle and let the shoulder blades squeeze, chest expansion. Exhale, swing forward. And inhale, swing back. In your mind again, in and out. In and out. In and out. Hang out here. Get your best stretch. Turn those palms out. Let the shoulders relax down. And release, bringing your hands back to a comfortable position. Let's take the shoulders straight up to the ears and down. Straight up to the ears and down. Again, our in and out in our mind, so that our mind can stay here and not worry about the illness. Just for now, a little vacation from illness worries. In, out, in, out, in, out. You're doing fabulous. In, out. One more. In, out, and pause. So now our arms come back along the body, and we're going to swing our arms. Almost as if we were in an imaginary walk, swinging. Relax through the shoulder space and swing. Now, if you like to add on for a little more, as you come up, rotate, and then rotate, and rotate. Let your breath match the movement as it needs to. Your body will know how to inhale and exhale here. The thing is, just don't hold your breath. So you're moving. You're moving. Wonderful massage for the organs. Lots of circulation. So you don't need to do a lot of heavy-duty cardio. You're just moving. Careful if you get dizzy. Remember, always stop when you need to. And then back to center. Let's reach out. Take our side bend. That's an exhale. And then inhale up and exhale the other way. Coming all the way up. Stretch out. Turn the palms up. Roll them back for a nice, beautiful arm activation here. And then turn them down and roll them all the other way. Again, inhale up here. Roll, roll, roll. Exhale all the way back. And then relax the arms. Let's take one leg out and stretch the heel. And just press back. Other side, stretching, pressing out the heel, and press back. So this will be an inhale and an exhale, and inhale and an exhale, and inhale, stay tall, and an exhale, and an inhale and an exhale. Okay, here we go. We're going to reach out, extend any amount through here. Remember, you want to contract at the top of the leg, that quad, and you're going to reach. Now, if it's okay for you to reach up, you can take a little more height. Bring your back off the chair, and now you've got some beautiful core back muscles, arms, leg, breath. In with the breath, out with the breath. In with the breath, out with the breath. In, and arms first, coming down, and then the leg. Pause here. Close your eyes. Rest into your chair. In the mind, you're working in and out with the breath. This time, recite it for yourself at your own pace. And then go ahead and open your eyes. Let's take that other leg out and reach. Moving the heel away from the sit bones. Arms are coming out. We might come up here if you like. Arms reaching. Remember to extend the elbows. Even if your arms come forward when you straighten your elbow, the idea is to open the joint. Because when you are recovering from Lyme, you want to keep all the joints as movable as you can in a healthy way. It makes your recovery easier as you feel better. Lift off the back of the chair. Nice core. Hug your belly button in as you're tall. And you're breathing in and out. In, out. In, out. In. And then arms first on the exhale, coming down, and then the leg. Again, hands come into your lap. Relax the shoulders. In your mind, come back to the in-out mantra. The rest of the reciting of the words. And then go ahead and open your eyes. Let's move out to the edge of our chair. And the edge of the chair is kind of where the crease of the thigh is. You look down, that's where the edge of the chair is. But you want to make sure it's comfortable for your pelvis and you're not too far to the edge that you might slide off in our movement. Okay, we're coming out to a wide position now. And we're going to take this back leg and take it straight. Now, the chair restricts the pelvis. So you might need to take the leg a little more forward or just kind of wiggle around on the chair to find the right place. The other side, the knee comes to a bend, working to keep the knee on your ankle. Arms are reaching out, so we have our seated warrior position. And you want to press into that back heel. And now we're going to reverse our warrior here. Reach down to that back foot. Create a beautiful length of that stretch to the back. You're lifting the ribs up. So it's not just a lean back, but see if you can contract a little bit here to get those ribs to go up. It's like the armpit lifts up to the hand. Look down toward that leg. A little more activation up through the throat. Back towards the screen, up to the warrior. And now we're going to turn and kind of make our warrior a lunge here. You can adjust your back foot as you need to. Press down and lift away. It's like you're lifting away from that leg. Shoulders down. Get too hard in the upper body. You want to breathe deeply to the bottom of the lung. You look fabulous. Again, wonderful. Shoulders down. Lift away. Reach that back leg. It'll help you lift out of the low back instead of being collapsed, which can be very uncomfortable. You want to be tall. If it works, go ahead, lean out. Now be careful of the movement. Remember, you only go as far as you know is good for you. You need to come out safely. Reaching. Remember, in Lyme recovery, it's not about doing a lot. Sometimes a little bit is a lot. Honor that, because I congratulate you for being with me today. And then moving on up, because as I always say, taking an action is better than no action. Go ahead and reach on out. So let's reverse that position. Reaching down toward that back foot, letting the ribs move upward. So a lot of muscle contraction happens here. And when you're recovering from Lyme, it's really nice to know shortcuts about how to activate muscles without having to do a super amount of exercise. Because energy is low, and this type of yoga energy actually can help balance your energy in a lot of ways. Okay, let's rotate forward, because that can mean you are getting relaxed so you can sleep better, or maybe balanced so that you can have more energy. Balancing is whatever the body needs. Lifting up, shoulders down. Let's exhale and lean out. And then go ahead and lift on up. Okay, we're going to add on this time. I'm going to reach and rotate. Careful here through all of the groin muscles. Little bit and a little bit, find your space. Reach that back leg. Drop the shoulders, always keeping a nice tall spine as you're rotating around. You can use your hands, but don't force. Always remember to ask the body to move with the breath. And then exhale and unwind to the side. Pause here. We want our body to get unwound in a safe manner. Back to the front, heel toe. Legs come back to parallel position. Fabulous. Let's go forward into our seated squat or seated chair pose and lift up the heels. And then come back. Nice big circle up for a long reach. And then out we go and forward. Reach up the heels and back. Circle up and back out. Lots of breath. Reaching and heels up. And palms can be down or sideways, whatever feels right. And then down and up. Let's go out to the other side now. So we come into our straddle position. Remember, you need to kind of move around on the chair to get the right feel. The back leg goes long. The restriction of the pelvis on the chair, you might need to bring it forward. That's okay. And everybody has different dynamics, because I'm small, so at the edge of the chair is really good for me. If you're taller, you might need to pad up so that you have room to move your legs too. Knee over the ankle, best that you can. Nice and tall, little tuck here to activate some core, some abdominal strength. Okay, we're reaching on out. And let's reverse our position. Remember, once you get there, you're reaching down toward that back heel, looking back, if you like, that little extra stretch through the upper body, the ribs moving up. Breathing as relaxed as you can. One of the tricks of yoga is to teach you how to have a relaxed breath in a stressful place, which is the stretching. And then we come right back up. Rotate now to a lunge-like position, keeping that back heel reaching as you lift up. So you're not just collapsing to the back, you're lifting away from that low back, opening it up. Press down, and that will help you lift up. Belly is in. Relax your shoulders. Lots of breath. Wonderful. Let's lean out. Remember, a little bit can work a lot. You've got to work your back here, and coming up, you want to be safe. Stay long. Try not to get slumpy here. You're thinking heel all the way out the top of the head. You can even think of your breath traveling all the way along that line. And then we come back up, rotate back to the front, and we reach again. So back we go, reversing our warrior posture, the ribs reaching up for that little extra. It's like you open up the armpit too. We're reaching down toward that back foot. You can rest the hand or just reach. This is also known as peaceful warrior. I always like that name for this pose too. Okay, and then we're going to come up and rotate around in our more of a lunge-like position. Reach that back heel, belly in, lift, press away. It's like you want to lift this part away. That'll help you lift the low back up. Relax down. Breathe into the ribs so you're not too tight in your hold. And then exhale out for the long length, heel to the top of the head. Beautiful. Remember, as always, check in. If you need to stop early, just do. Congratulate yourself for anything that you do toward your recovery, because every little bit counts. And then go ahead and lift on up. Let's rotate towards the back. Careful now, little bit by little bit by little bit, because it's a big reach around through the low back. Shoulders relax. Use the front heel a bit. Unwind to the side. Unwind to the front. Remember, always carefully coming out. One of the art forms of yoga is about how you come out of position so that you're always working with gravity and against gravity. Of course, that would be up and down, but in and out, working through with the posture and coming out so you don't just drop out of it. Okay, so let's reach out again. We take up our heels and then back and a nice big swoop on up. And then out and reach. Soften the neck. And then back and up. Okay, right away, if you want to join me, go ahead and reach. Try not to lean back here. Try to stay tall. Think of sit bones up to the hands. Lots of breath. Think in and out. And in and out. In and out. Now the leg comes down and we're going to swoop for a big long stretch, reaching for the toes if you like, and then just soften on in. Relax the head and the shoulders. It's not about how far over you go. It's just about letting the body move and stretch. Breathe up into the back ribs. Soften the skin of the back. Let it receive the breath. And then walk on up. And let's move right into the other side, reaching up. Not here, trying to stay tall. Starting where you are. Remember, perfect is where it works for you. Sitting into sit bones, reaching up. Breath in and out. And in and out. Hug the navel in. That will help you. In and out. In and out. Now the leg comes down first and we swoop for the toes. Get your stretch. Soften in. Relax the neck and the shoulders. Again, breathe up into the back ribs. Soften the skin of the back. And then walking on up. Moving into the back of your chair now. I'm going to put my blocks back out. Remember, you don't need to use yoga blocks. You can use anything that works to bring the floor up to you, or sitting on a blanket or pillow so that it raises you up if you're taller. So in the back of our chair, let's just take our shoulders for a roll again. And then a roll forward. And then relax. I see a moth has joined us here. How about that? All right, so in our position now, go ahead and close your eyes and relax. Let the chair support you. Breathe in deeply and breathe out and soften. Breathe in deeply and breathe out and soften. As you are relaxing, relax the shoulders, the elbows, the hands. As you are relaxing, relax the hips, the knees, and the ankles. Soften all your fingers and soften the thumb. Soften all your toes and the heels. Breathe deeply in and soften the body as you breathe out. The breath in and out. In, out, in, out, in, out. Continue on at your own pace. Allow any drifting that comes to you. Each exhale, soften more, even if it's just a small amount. Relax your face and enjoy this moment just for you. If your mind is already wandering back to Lyme illness, bring it here with the words in and out, repeating over and over with the breath to help teach the mind to be where you want it to be. Remember, the nature of the mind is to wander off. Just bring it back as you rest here for just a bit longer now. Soften and breathe. Now inhale deeply, keeping your eyes closed. Just awaken yourself by conscious movement of the breath. Then let the body breathe itself. Still here with your eyes closed. Notice yourself and thank your body for moving through your yoga practice today, putting in the effort to create movement and stretching for your Lyme recovery. Bring your hands up to the heart center. And give yourself a good thought, a prayer, a blessing, whatever might be special for you in this moment, even a wish. And to me, wishes are prayers anyway. Accept in the good thought that you're putting towards yourself or your prayer. or however you're speaking in a very good way to you. Remembering that your mind loves to listen to your voice, so send it good things to hear. Even just a thank you. Inhale deeply, hold the breath. Exhale, and namaste. Thank you for joining me today. Remember, an active class can be done anytime you feel the energy to participate in this type of a yoga. Creating a little more activity, but supported on a chair creates a safe place to do it without having to overexert. And getting extra circulation through legs and joints is important for your recovery so that muscles don't atrophy or get tight if you're very much into the part of fatigue and pain when you're not moving as much. So always approach your yoga in a way that works for you, perhaps doing this once a week and then working up to more as it feels right to you. Remember to hit the like, subscribe, and the little notifications bell so you can get all of the upcoming videos about Lyme disease recovery yoga. Thank you for joining me.